Did you know that 20% of the activities gives you 80% of the results? Hey guys, I'm Gora and I'm very excited to be here with you today. Thank you for supporting me and following my channel. What I'm talking about is the Pareto Principle. Pareto says that 20% of the daily activities gives you 80% of the results. The salesman says that 20% of the clients gives them 80% of their business. Is that true? Let's find out. Stay tuned till the end of the video. People talk about this and disagree with this principle. They say that if you would know what those 20% of the activities are, they will just do those 20% of the activities and get the 80% of the results. This principle, it's an approximate rate of how our life is built. Mostly 20% of our friends gives us 80% of the social life, of friendship, of having a good time. Just think about this. How many of your friends, of total number of friends, are actually those who you hang out a lot, or you talk a lot, or you can rely on? What this principle says that 2 out of 10 friends are those that are very close to you. So let's say you have around 30 friends in your life around you. Probably out of those 30 friends, only 6 are very close to you, and those are that bring you the most amount of joy and happiness and good time. So Microsoft noted that 20% of their most common errors solve 80% of the bug-related problems. Who are we to go against Microsoft's odds? But this thing also applies in sports. Usually 20% of the habits gives us 80% of the returns. We all know many football players or basketball players or soccer players who just go on the pitch or go on the field and then with 1 or 2 moves solve the game, and they are calling them like signature moves. Why is that? Because normally people have a certain amount of daily habits. So talking about habits, I want you to know that 20% of our habits is what drives us 80% of the time to do things every day without thinking of them. Originally, the Pareto principles referred to Italy's 80% of income. It came from 20% of the people's wealth. I personally use the Pareto principle for goal setting and for productivity. So what I like to do is to make a list of at least 10 goals. And then I focused mostly on the first 2 because I know those 2 gives me about 80% of the results. Then I focus on number 3, 4, and so on. I try to take them in order. Why people don't like or why people don't use the Pareto principle is because they procrastinate. They look at the list and they say, I don't know what to start with. I don't know what to do. I have too many things on my plate. What should I do? Just make a list and see what are the most important things on that list. What do you have to do? First of all, what gives you the greatest return? That should be number 1. So what I need you to do is work on those top goals every day, over and over and over again. Because if you keep on procrastinating, the little things, the number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they will just compound. They will just add. Little things just add on, and you will just have so many little things to do that you will not know what to do anymore. Finally, I want to talk to you about a study that has been done about the rich and the poor people. The study has shown that 80% of the rich people were focused on 1 or maximum 2 goals, and they worked on them all day long. The same study has shown that 3% of the poor people were barely having 1 goal. So if you want to be wealthy, you have to do what rich people do. Focus on that main goal or main few goals and work on them all day long. Don't procrastinate. Make the list, start right now, write the things down, see what are the top picks and work on those things. and you're gonna be much happier, much wealthier, and your life is gonna become so much better. So do you use the Pareto Principle? If you do so, please write down in the comments how this changed your life. Or if you haven't heard about the Pareto Principle only now and you start working on your little goals, please write down in the comments about your journey. How did it start? What did you do? And how did this change your life? Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time and see you next time.